In this video, I'm proceeding to build a breakfast table solely from reclaimed materials, being pallet wood and also hardwood flooring. So I've compiled a whole heap of these materials, and I'm going ahead with this build right now. I head back over to the miter saw to I put a stop so I can get things cut to accurate sizes that I'm after. I'm going for the Pocket Hole Joinery once again. I love using this. I found it quite effective, and giving comparisons of strength tests and that, this type of joinery does stack up, but you know, it's a personal sort of choice when you look at what joinery you want to use. I feel the need to update to K5. So I'm wanting to put a slight taper on these legs just for something different. Don't have a jig set up for the table saw, and the legs are quite long, so I thought I've got the jig set up for, you know, cutting down slabs out of small logs, and as you saw, it had a little bit of wiggle room, and so I've locked it into place. Probably put about a, I don't know, 7 to 10 degree angle, and I'm going to try this out, see how this works, so fingers crossed. The method of marking out or knowing what taper I wanted was a matter of just putting reference points on your workpiece and working from that. It was a pretty rough cut, but nothing that the old linisher couldn't clean up in a matter of time. I was then over to the workbench to tighten everything down. I left a bit of a reveal here, and using the pocket holes to put this all together. After doing the assembly, I sat down on the stool we were going to use for this breakfast table, and got a bit of a feel for the height of the foot part, the footrest. I marked it out, and then set about going back to get some more timber, and once again going through this bit of a process. One thing I did here, I got the bit that was going across from the ends, and I marked it out, so I then went over to the miter saw and just notched out this part here, so it would fit as a bit of a transitional fit. Generally, when you're using recycled materials, pallet wood, what have you, there's the potential of having a lot more machining to be done. So, you know, given that you can buy from box stores things that are dimensioned already, you may just have to put a little bit more emphasis on giving up your time to get the final result, to get things to size. But, you know, when you're not paying for materials, it's you don't mind taking a little bit of extra time, and it's good time in the shop to practice and have a bit of fun using your machines. Putting a bit of an offset here, 7 degrees, to allow a little bit more of the flat surface where you plant your feet. I'm adding a round over here, and always good practice to eliminate any sharp corners or edges. I made this long stretcher here in two parts, basically because I wanted to fit the lower part into the cutout, and then I assembled with screws and a bit of glue the top part where it would add a little bit of a bigger platform to place your feet upon. Next step is to put a chamfer, and this will once again eliminate any harm from, scratching or cutting oneself. For the top of the breakfast table, I come across some of this hardwood flooring that was left out on a sidewalk, footpath, and the sign said free to take, so what does one do? One takes it, and I've got a heap of this stuff. It's pretty good condition, most of it. There was some rubbish which I threw out or burnt, but this is really good. So I'm going to cut this to size, join everything together, and see how that looks. As a bit of an evaluation of the amount of hardwood flooring, I think it will come in well over $1,000 easily, if not more. So it came out very much in front there. Using a black gloss paint here, this is quite popular with the lovely missus. She preferred this, and it adds a good contrast to the hardwood flooring that we're using as the top. Then just cutting everything to size, stacking it up and making sure it's all dimensioned exactly the same. As the hardwood flooring had been stored outside in the elements, it did tend to have a little bit of irregular sort of movement, and things didn't align perfectly. So one of the things I do here is just I put these bit of bracing underneath, and that will add to a little bit of strength, and they'll be out of the way so you won't see them. The next step is just to use the saw and flush off all the both ends, and then I'm using the biscuit jointer, using biscuits to put on a couple of breadboard ends. As I didn't have any clamps long enough, I'm joining up two F-clamps here, and this is a pretty good technique. It sort of holds everything pretty tight as well. Using the figure 8 pieces here, they attach the top to the base of the table, and I'm finding I'm really liking these. I used to use just the 90-degree brackets, and I find these are a little bit more, they're not in your way, in your face sort of thing, even though you don't look under the table, but it's just gives it that tidy appearance, just in case anyone does look under the table. We've all had those nights, haven't we? Last step after attaching the top is to run a small round over bit, and I'm giving this a light sand to take off whatever coating. I'm not sure if it was oil based or water based. However, give it a sand back, and I think that's the best option. So for the finish, I am going to apply several coats of this I like to call it wipe-on plastic or polyurethane, wipe-on polyurethane. It builds up layers and it gives it quite a glossy appearance at the end, so that's what I was aiming for here, and it certainly did the job on this number anyway. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video and hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell. That's an advisory sign to let you know every time I do post a video. Thanks guys, see you next time.